I go back in and realize that the curcumin 3 loaded product would deliver a result that would take the edge off the disease, and I began to focus on curcumin 3. So I isolated it, took it out.
Right.
And I began to study it intensely to map the pharmacology. Now, the interesting thing is that, we have all these botanicals in the marketplace, and if we use curcumin as the model, they have multiple constituents in them that create this polypharmacology. So this massive pharmacology that hits a lot of different targets in the body. And the holistic approach states, and the philosophy solidifies, that this holistic system is required. You need to target multiple proteins that are naturally created by nature to target our natural system in a way that's synergistic. Now, in allopathic medicine, the medical community, that's mainstream medicine today, says, no. We don't want polypharmacology. We want selected pharmacology that targets one protein, and there's validity to that. The reason is that we are better able to control that pharmacology. We know there's less likelihood of adverse events with other drugs because it's selective. So I began to really study the pharmacology delivered by the pharmaceutical industry to determine, how can we leverage what they have done, but still maintain the holistic value of our technology to be able to be accepted in mainstream medicine, so that we can deliver this technology to the broader public globally without having to fight through the sludge of allopathic medical resistance. And so I became an island for 10 years. And the island was, I used the pharmaceutical drug research to study each of these different components in the curcumin, 3 curcuminoids. I mapped the pharmacology thoroughly. We had medical discoveries. They've been published in peer-reviewed medicine. And the discovery showed why this was working for me. And once you know what each of these components do, you can actually re-engineer the final product to be more selective for a protein that you want to target, while maintaining the underpinnings of the holistic compounds that are required.
So basically what you're saying is you're taking pharmacology and blending it with holistic, and you're using the principles of both to deliver a result.
To deliver now a result that is reliable. So what we've said is, the philosophy of Biologic is, look, we have all looked at natural compounds as effective ways to treat the body, to treat disease, to treat human being with disease. The problem is, it's not reliable, and it's true. The reason is that we have standardized, if you use the model, we have standardized curcumin as the 95%. Well, we need to go in and standardize by each constituent, because if they change, then the pharmacology changes, because each constituent, although they have a similar biological structure, there are differential features to that structure that render and allow that molecule to have slightly different level of activity. So now what we've done is standardize the proportions of the curcumin. And we've locked in the proportion of curcumin 3 that we know inhibits a protein called MSK1, which is dysregulated in a lot of autoimmune conditions, cancers, and things like that. And when you regulate MSK1 and bring it back to its normal functioning state, then the inflammatory cascade functions more effectively.